Hey friends, it's me, LlamaMamaKayla. Thank you for stopping by today. I have some updates that I'll get to in a moment. I didn't get all the crocheting done that I wanted to get done this weekend. Like, I wanted to put all the squares together and get going on the border of that blanket. And that just didn't happen. You know, life happens sometimes and crochet doesn't happen. But I will show you what I did get done for it. Here's the blanket. You can see I've got my squares connected in one direction. Like, laid out all the squares on my bed and figured out, like where I wanted the squares and everything. And so I had 5 rows of 8 apiece. So it came down 8 squares apiece and went across 5 rows. So I carefully stacked those up and kept row 1, row 2, row 3, 4, and 5 separated and in order. And I put them, in order so I would know what was the rows. And so I did go down 5 across all 8 rows and connected that direction. But now I've got to turn it the other direction and connect that way. So, let me see if I can even get to the top. Yeah. Here. And I think that's the back side facing you, and the front side's facing me. And we get all 5 squares, and then I like to turn that around. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have my 5 rows there. So anyway, I like the way it's going. I've just got to sit down and crochet the long way across. And, it doesn't take but a minute to do that, but I just had so much on my mind this weekend, so much going on. I've had a headache now for about 2 weeks at least 2 weeks. I mean, a major just headache. And I know it's stress. So I'm just trying to deal with it. I mean, I'm taking like Tylenol or Advil or whatever, ibuprofen, but it's not helping the headache. So anyway, so I hadn't felt good. So Saturday I did sleep some during the day. I slept late, and so that was good. I needed the rest because I'm not sleeping at night. I'm waking up, I'll doze off, and I'll wake up, and it'll only be like 15 minutes later. So I'm just not getting good sleep. But anyway, Saturday night, we almost lost my dad. He's not doing good at all. He's really not, and they still have him, on a ventilator. I guess the good thing about it all is that he is sedated as if you were going for surgery. I mean, he's out. He's also they paralyzed him with medication, so he's paralyzed and sedated. So he's not feeling any pain. But, yeah, things are starting to shut down and not work, and he's, his blood pressure bottomed out Saturday night, and they ended up having to put him on 3 blood pressure pills to raise his blood pressure up. And then today they were able to take him off of one of those pills, and then they went trying to wean him down off of a second blood pressure medicine. And this blood pressure medicine is not for high blood pressure, it's to raise his blood pressure. So there's that. His lungs are, not clearing up any they're the same, if not worse. His hands and legs and feet, his arms are just swollen, really bad swollen, like huge swollen. I didn't look at his feet and legs, but my brother said they were the same as his hands. And his hands are horribly swollen, huge. And another thing, backtracking, another thing, Saturday night, his temperature bottomed out at 93. And so they were, trying to raise his temperature. Well, now his temperature is 103, and they have cooling blankets on him, trying to get the body temp down. So anyway, but his hands are ice cold. They're swollen huge, and they're ice cold. You can touch his hand, and it is so, so cold. And touch his arm, and it's warm. I mean, just that much of a difference there. Like, I would just put my hand on his hand like that, and it's ice cold. And then I put my hand on his arm, like right here, just above his wrist, and it's warm. So I know from my own experience with my fingers, when they get cold like that and there's no blood circulation, they said the blood was leaving his extremities. So when there's no blood circulation, that is very, very painful. But he's paralyzed and can't feel that pain. So when there's no blood circulation to that, it starts dying. And then the tissue's dying, the nerves start dying, and that's very, very painful. So I'm glad he can't feel that. But I also know the damage that's happening to his hands right now. I know the damage to my hands. I mean, I had to have fingers amputated. And still, from the coldness and swelling of the hands like that and the nerve damage, my hands, I mean, they're cold right now. I really need them. I've been carrying around my little heat packet things in my hands. I really need those on my hands right now because they're cold and hurting. But from the nerve damage in my hands are just numb and painful all the time. They're numb. I mean, it's kind of weird to say they're numb, but yet I can feel pain. It's hard to explain. They are numb, but I can feel pain in them. I can't feel like, my hands feel like they have Scotch tape on them. Like they're numb to the touch like that, like I'm touching something. It feels like my hand's covered in Scotch tape. And so when I'm trying to do something or hold a little needle to sew or something like that, I just can't because of my fingers, the way they are. But anyway, so me knowing what I know about the circulation in the hands and the coldness and all that, the longer his hands are like that, more likely they're not going to recover. And if they would have significant damage. If not, I hate to even say that. I didn't say it to my brother, and he might be watching my video because he is a subscriber. But the longer his hands and feet are like that, they gangrene can set up in there, and they may have to be if he makes it, they would have to be amputated, and I know that would just kill my dad. He would not want to live like that. He's a hard-working man. He's always busy, always doing. So I don't know. It's really sad. It really is sad, and to see him laying there. It's hard. It really is hard. And so yesterday, Me and Jody was there with my brother and his wife Autumn, and it's hard seeing him laying there like that. And the nurse was really nice. The one he has, mostly on days. And I asked my brother about the nurse we had before, and he said, sometimes he has her, but not most of the time he has this certain nurse. She was really nice and very attentive to him. And I noticed that when she would come in and she would do whatever she had to do, she would pat him on the arm and stuff. That means that means a lot, just that she cares, and she's showing him some love when, she don't have to. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to hang in there. Or how much longer the doctors are even going to want to keep trying, because they did ask my brother this past either Thursday or Friday, do you want us to keep trying? And he said, yes, please. And so at some point, they're going to want to give up. And we know that. We realize that. But as long as his organs were good and stuff, we had hope. But it'd take a miracle to turn things around right now, I believe. Although he's stable right now, he's just coasting is what they call it. So anyway, my mom, that woman is stubborn. Stubborn. She had home health coming to the house before she went into the hospital with COVID. She had home health, but they stopped coming because she would not let them in. And she wouldn't let my dad let them in. So they would just let them knock on the door, ring the doorbell or whatever, and they wouldn't go to the door. So they stopped coming. So she doesn't want home health coming or anything like that. My brother has been checking in on it and seeing what their insurance will cover, and he can get something like that going, except she don't want him to come. But she can't tend to herself. She's in her recliner. She's not getting up at all. She doesn't get up to go to the restroom or anything like that. And so she's just sitting in that recliner. My brother goes over in the mornings, takes her something to eat and drink, and she always wants a drink from Sonic. So he goes in the mornings, and then he usually goes back and takes her something for lunch. And then we go in the afternoon when Big Daddy gets home from work, and we take her something. So, it's hard on all of us. As me and my brother were talking yesterday, it's what makes it so really hard is that it's both of them at the same time. It's not just one that we're dealing with, it's both. And my mom does not want to go back to the nursing home. She wants to stay at home. She told me last night she'd rather be dead than go back to the nursing home. I get it. But also, she needs help. Somebody needs to be there with her. She needs care. And I don't know. Preacher's wife goes by a couple of days a week, maybe 3 days a week or so. She'll go by and check on her, take her something to eat, and so I'm appreciative of that. There is another lady that Mom grew up with that goes by and helps change her and does some things like that. I very much appreciate her so very much, but it's just not enough. It's not enough. She needs constant care, or at least more than what's there right now. So, anyway, we're just dealing with a lot. I have a lot on my mind, and I'm just, trying to crochet to take my mind off things, just to give me something to focus on instead of letting my mind gallop circles around everything that's going on. So anyway, friends, I'm sorry this is, a downer video. It is what it is. It's part of my life. It's what I'm going through right now. And, yeah, it is, it is what it is. So today, I'm going to just sit back and find some easy crochet that I don't have to think about at all, and just sit and just do some double crochets. That's relaxing to me. I also have my mom's 2 dogs still, and they're a lot because they're not housebroken. And I have little potty pads down in the bathroom for them, but it's still a lot. They don't always get it on the pad. They get it like beside the pad. And so I'm constantly bleaching that floor and mopping it like, multiple times a day. And then like Big Daddy gets up for work about 6ish. He gets up to go get a shower, and so I either stay up to clean that floor just before it's time for him to get up, or I try to get up just before him and go in there and mop the floor, spray excuse me, mop the floor up, wash the mop out, spray bleach on the floor, and mop it again. And so, and then let it have a little time to dry before he, gets up to go get a bath, a shower. So, yeah. That's a lot. It is. We don't have a fenced-in yard for the dogs. I have this little portable pen fence thing, and Bridget, the little fat chihuahua, she climbs out of it. She climbs over it, so she won't stay in it. I don't know. I'm rambling. I just want you all to understand I'm trying my best. And I know you don't expect me to be here and do a video every day, but I want to. I really want to, because it gives me something in my life to look forward to and something to focus on and get my mind off everything else. So that's why I'm here. Because I could have easily just laid in bed and cried all day. But I wanted to get up and, do something. So I'm going to go do something right now and crochet. I'm working on my little niece's rabbit some, and so I want to finish that up. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So bye, friends. I will see you all again tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful evening.